Hey everyone, Meg here from Makeable Crafts. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to be making this cute little shelf sitter. We're going to be using the Clear Scraps laser cut designs. This is a really fun one. I love this one because you can put anything into that heart frame. So it's going to have several pieces. It's going to have two bases, and then it's going to have a heart that when it comes, it's just got a little gummy on there just to keep it in place. All right, the first thing that we want to do is trace out the inside of our heart onto some scrapbook paper. Now, it doesn't just have to be scrapbook paper. You can use whatever you want, like a picture, fabric, anything. So when you go to cut, make sure that you cut outside of your trace line, because if you cut to the inside or right on it, then it's just going to fall out of your frame, and that's not going to be good. All right, so we've got that cut, so it's time to paint. I'm going to be using DecoArt Americana Decor Chalky Finish, and I'm using the Serene is the light blue. I wanted a very soft distressed look for my project, and so going with a light blue for the base is going to give me that. It's not going to be very bold, it's just going to be a very subtle color when it's distressed back. Make sure to get all of your edges, and I like to use a foam brush when I'm working with this product. I think that gives you the best coverage. Make sure to get all the nooks and crannies in all of your pieces. So we're going to take care of our heart, and what I love about the heart is you don't have to worry which side is the right side up or wrong side down. It's going to fit either way. So go ahead and get that good and covered, and then our bases. Make sure to get your bases really well. You don't have to worry about the bottom of the bases. Just make sure that you also get your edges. Now it's time to do my favorite piece. I love this one. I think it's because it's got that giant heart on there. And so we'll get all the edges, and don't worry about getting perfect coverage. That's part of that distressed look. You just really want to get the paint on there. Can you see how well that paint's going on though? The reason that paint's going on so well is because when you use Clear Scraps products, you're not painting on MDF, you're painting on real wood. This is birch. This is one of the things that makes their product very unique. All right, now on this one, don't forget to do the back side. This is gonna be a shelf sitter, so it's going on a bookshelf or a mantle or on a table, and so you'll probably see the back side. All right, grab a votive candle, take off the base, and then easily remove that wick. And then what we want to do is use this and like apply it all over our project. This is what's going to aid us in the distressing process. So you can use the edge of the candle, you can use the base of the candle, you can use whatever you want, but you just want to get really good coverage of wax. I'm going to do this on all of my pieces. Even though part of it's going to be covered up, I just want to make sure everything is good and ready to go. Then pick it up and just brush off any excess. I'm doing all of this on top of a trash bag so that I can fold it up and just throw it away when I'm done, and it protects my work surface. Now we're using the Everlasting color of the Chalky Finish paint from DecoArt. I'm just going to do a light coverage right now, but you can do as thick a coverage as you want. I'm working pretty quickly. I don't want this paint layer to dry. My blue was completely dry before I applied the wax, but this one I'm going a little bit quicker. I don't want this paint to dry, and this paint does dry pretty quick. I'm going to bring in a metal scraper, and I'm just going to start scraping off and distressing it back. And you can distress it back as much as you want. If you want it to go deeper, just press down harder. That's going to give you the bigger section of distressing. Looking good. All right, so you might be tempted to go in other directions, but I think it's best to just stay in the same direction. But you can try whatever you want. Remember, these are your projects also. So we're going to take this, we're going to scrape down all the sections of this piece. Now, I didn't worry about painting the bottom section because that's going to go in our stand. So if you notice at the very bottom there's not any white, don't worry about that. All right, so we have this piece looking pretty good, and now the next thing we want to do is all of our other pieces. So the same exact process, I'm going to go piece by piece. I'm giving a good coverage with the Everlasting Chalky Finish paint. Again, still using a foam brush. And once that's on, then I'm going to start scraping. Again, that white paint is not dry. And that wax is helping us with the distressing process. So it's giving us that grainy texture, that gritty look on the background. So we're going to do this for our smaller piece that goes on our stand. And then we're ready to do our heart. Again, with your heart, I do recommend going in the same direction with your distressing. Now, if you feel like you've taken off too much paint, as I felt like I did on that top part of the heart, this is an easy fix. Just go right back over it with another layer of paint, grab your paint scraper, and just re-distress. That's all there is to it, till you get that perfect look that you're going for. Now it's time to assemble our pieces. So I'm going with the Beacon Quick Grip adhesive. I love this one because it's going to give us a really strong hold. So I'm going to put it on my bottom base piece and then also on my heart, but only on the outside edge, and then also along the bottom half only. Like, I'm not doing the top half. And this is so that you can interchange what's in your frame and not permanently lock yourself into something. So now we're just going to take this bottom piece and lay it on top. So I went with this adhesive because it dries completely clear and completely a strong hold, but it's also paintable. So if you wind up with glue sticking out in places you didn't want, you can just go back over and paint it. All right, we have these assembled. Now let's do some decorating. So I'm going to use a little heart punch and some coordinating cardstock. You can use pattern paper, you can use something other than a heart, but I wanted to decorate it in line with the love theme. I've got a small piece of baker's twine, and I'm just going to lay it across where I think I'm going to want it. And then just using some glue dots, I'm going to peel off my heart and stick it onto the baker's twine. I am not sticking it onto the wood, as you can see. The reason I'm not doing the final, like I haven't attached the baker's twine, is it's just easier to work with the layout first and then attach it later on. But I'm using glue dots on all of this because now I can easily interchange it in the future if I want something other than hearts or different baker's twine. So some rhinestones on top of each heart just gives it a little pop of bling, a fun little look. And then we're ready to insert our scrapbook paper or picture or fabric or whatever you want to put in there. Love that. Okay, let's attach our baker's twine. Again, I'm going to be using glue dots. Even though you can possibly see the back side of this, it's not going to look really out of place. But then when I want to interchange it and change it out or decorate it for different seasons, all I have to do is remove that baker's twine and I'm good to go. So we'll go ahead and get our other end attached as well. And then double check your spacing, make sure you have it in the right place. And then just add a glue dot to the back and then move your baker's twine on top. Believe it or not, my friends, we are done with this project. All we need to do is pop it into the stand. You can glue yours into the stand, but I prefer not to. It's really stable on its own, but that way if I want to take it down and store it for another time, I can easily do that. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this fun project. Again, I'm Meg with Makeable Crafts. Do me a favor, take 2 seconds and subscribe to my channel. This is a new YouTube channel for me and I would really appreciate your support. And then be sure to head over to clearscraps.com so that you can check out all of their amazing products. All right, again, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.